me.
Mm-hmm.
You work here?
No, I just hang out hoping to see glamorous celebrities. Oh, my God! Norman Fell, my God!
Have you any idea what being dead does to your career?
Hasn't heard Elvis.
Oh, he has risen. Oh, Mr. Fell. Mr. Fell, thank you for the thousands of hours of laughter that you've given all of us here. You, sir, are forever welcome to come and knock on my door.
Get away from me.
Nora, what are you handing in? Hello. I'm Camilla Dane, editor-in-chief.
Norman Fell, still clinging to life.
Well, this is rather awkward. Harris?
Oh, dear. This isn't good.
Would you come out and explain to this gentleman exactly how your usually meticulous research has allowed this horrendous blunder?
Mr. Fell, in our defense, we did have your demise confirmed by 3 sources, one of which, I'm sorry to say, was your agent.
No wonder he never returns my calls, that bastard.
Thank you for coming by, Mr. Fell. You've certainly been more than understanding.
Rigor mortis.
Don't worry about it. Now, we're going to have that retraction in our very next issue.
Actually, if you could hold it for a few weeks, I'd like to see if Joyce DeWitt sends a card.
We'll do it. Thanks again. All right, my little pets. There's a big mess in the middle of the floor, and I'd like to know who made it.
Look, I have a medical report right here that confirms that Norman Fell bought the farm last Saturday.
So that man who just left here, he would be...
All I'm saying is, if they can clone sheep, can Norman Fell really be that far behind?
I think I've discovered the problem. Norman Fell did, in fact, die Saturday night, but not the lovable character actor adored by millions, but the unlovable truck driver adored by no one, including his wife, who stabbed him to death with a steak knife.
Do you have any idea how damaging a mistake like this can be to our paper? It leaves us open to a lawsuit. It erodes the trust of our readership. But worst of all, it forced me to spend the last 15 minutes pretending not to notice Norman Fell's hand on my ass.
I'm sure Nora will never let it happen again.
I'm sure she won't, especially after she spends the next month on Paulie's shore patrol.
Listen, you were supposed to fact-check that story. What do you do all day in your office anyway? Torture insects?
Be more specific.
I just can't believe that you stood there while Camilla slapped me with Polly's shore duty and reamed me out in front of everyone for something that was just as much your fault as it was mine.
Nora, you're making too much of this. Trust me, it will all blow over.
Oh, hey, Nora. Hot scoop. Julia Roberts still alive. Run with it.
Nora, do I seem more attractive to you than I did, say, on Friday?
You wore a turtleneck Friday. That's tough to beat, Dave.
Am I emitting some kind of a sweet, sexy, musky man scent that's driving you wild?
What's going on?
I was in Palm Springs this weekend for a little R&R, and I ran into Christy Hansen from high school.
Oh, my God, your big crush. The one whose hair smelled so good that you went to the drugstore and sniffed all the shampoo until you found the perfect match.
Herbal Rain. Used it every day until my hair fell out. Wait a minute.
It's gone, Dave. Tell the story. So, did she remember you?
We didn't actually talk in high school. Well, once, when we were in biology class and we were dissecting fetal pigs, and she asked me where the pancreas was, and I gallantly said, there.
How could you be that hot for a girl and not talk to her?
Jake, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
15.
Okay, you're no longer a part of this conversation. Anyway, she's laying out by the pool, and I see her laying there. I go up, I introduce myself. I've been in the sun, so I'm a little bit disoriented, and I order her a drink, and I charge it to my room.
Dave, rev it up. We're gonna...
I had sex, Nora! I had sex with Christy Hansen! And it was so much better than what I fantasized in high school. For one thing, I wasn't distracted by the Keep on Truckin' poster or my mom banging on the door.
Dave, there's a Christy Hansen on her way up to see you.
No. I can't believe this. I didn't think she was gonna dump me until Saturday.
You don't know what's gonna happen. It could be a good thing.
Nora, in my life experience, a woman has only shown up unexpectedly for 2 reasons. To sell me cookies or to break up with me.
Dave! Hi.
Christy, how unexpected.
I think we really need to talk.
Of course we do. Nora, Christy, and I need to talk. I'd introduce you, but why bother?
Do you want to go out for coffee or go for a walk or something?
No. Let's just do it here, get it over with quickly, like ripping off a Band-Aid.
Dave, I have kids.
Kids? Great. Yeah, you got kids, and they're young, so they need a mother. Otherwise, they'll grow up all defective. Got it. Nice knowing you, Christy.
This is what I was afraid of. You don't want to see me anymore.
No, you don't want to see me anymore.
I don't?
You do?
As long as you're okay with my having kids.
Hey, you could be half goat and it'd be okay with me.
Well, sure, but you've already seen both halves.
You call this a retraction?
It clearly states Nora Wilde, reporter and alleged hemp enthusiast, made a major blunder when she reported the death of Norman Fell.
Yeah, that's fine, but I never went on a tirade that sent pencils flying. I never did that.
Yeah, you certainly did. I saw you with my own eyes. You shouted at Nora, and you knocked over her pencil holder.
It was an accident. You took everything out of context.
Oh, no. Norman, why don't you just sit down here and let Camilla explain it all to you? Now, what we did was take the seeds of truth, water them with a generous interpretation, and then allow them to grow into a lovely, plausible story. That is our business, Mr. Fell. We raise plausibilities. Now, if you're not satisfied, why don't you raise one of your own?
Okay, let's say that I've been romantically linked to Pamela Lee,
Peggy Lee,
Sandra Bullock,
Sandra Bernhardt,
Helen Hunt,
Linda Hunt,
that chick from Melrose Place.
Charo.
I thought her name was Heather something. But I'll take your word for it. Okay, we got a deal.
I don't believe it. I waited for over an hour for Pauly Shore at the Alligator Lounge. He never showed up.
I'm sorry, Pauly called. He said there was no way he was going to be interviewed by anyone with such a flagrant disregard for the truth.
Where did Pauly Shore learn a phrase like that?
Maybe he read the retraction.
It mentions me by name? Ah! Hey. All right, start talking.
I feel terrible, which is why I bought you this.
What's this?
A gift certificate for a day of beauty. Facial, manicure, pedicure, seaweed body wrap. Exfoliation.
I don't want to be wrapped in seaweed, okay? What I want is a retraction to this retraction, with your name right up there with mine, pal.
So you don't want the day of beauty?
You can't do it, can you? You can't admit that you're just as responsible for this Norman Fell blunder as I am. But you know what, Harris? I used to think you were the one person in this office with some class. I guess I was wrong.
So, our rate for a full-page ad is $60,000. And what do you think we charge for a half-page ad, Meg?
$30,000.
Interestingly enough, no. We charge more in order to encourage advertisers to buy a full-page ad. Huh? Isn't that neat?
So this magazine thing is just some kind of scam?
Nora!
Hey there.
Come here. I want you to meet Christy and Meg and Lucy.
Hi, how are you? So, are you guys enjoying the tour of the Inquisitor? You know what? Maybe you'll grow up to be reporters.
How much money do you make?
Well...
Answer the question.
Sorry, Nora, the girls get cranky when they're hungry.
Well, there's candy bars in the vending machine down the hall. Right down that way.
All right, let's go.
Oh, good. Almost enough for one musketeer.
Aren't they precious? You know, Nora, I'm starting to think my life might not turn out so bad.
Not so bad. Dave, go out on a limb. Might even be reasonably okay, you big stud.
Well, if it isn't Lame Fontaine.
Lame Fontaine? Boy, I haven't heard that since high school. Doug Keller? I don't believe it. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I came here to see you. I heard you were a big shot now, working here.
This is an amazing coincidence. You know who's here? Christy Hansen. Do you remember her?
Yeah, I do.
Well, of course you do. You guys used to go steady all the time in high school. That's wild. You know, we always thought you guys were going to end up getting married and have a couple of kids and... You did that, didn't you?
So that's why I'm here. I want you to do me a little favor there, Lane. I want you to, stop seeing my wife.
Well, actually, Doug, she is your ex-wife.
Don't use your legal mumbo-jumbo on me. Remember how I used to beat the crap out of you in high school?
Yeah, I think it went shove to the chest, elbow, fist, concrete.
Keep your nerd hands off her, or I'll kill you. Okay?
I don't think I can do that, Doug.
Maybe you need a little incentive.
Hey,
What are you doing? Put him down!
Daddy! Doug, what are you doing here? Dave, did he put you in the trash can?
Oh, no. We had a bet going to see if I could fit in here, and I won. You owe me $1, Doug.
so did you ever write any of your own lines on Three's Company?
No.
What about on the Ropers?
No.
Hey, what did you do with all that sitcom money?
I spent it on hookers. Now leave me alone.
Come on back to the office and give her a call. Christy's worried about you.
How can I have a relationship with Christy when I'm going to be worried about Doug all the time recycling my can? It's just like it was in high school, Nora, except now these glasses are considered cool.
What, so you weren't one of the cool kids? You know, big deal. After high school, the jocks and the cheerleaders amount to nothing.
Unless they become professional athletes.
Well, yes, unless they become professional athletes.
Or models.
Or models.
Or actors.
The point I'm making here is that you have this image of yourself that was formed way back in high school, but it's just not who you are anymore.
That's easy for you to say, Nora. Look at you. You're a beautiful woman.
Okay. Look at my feet, Dave. Do they look big to you?
No, they look like beautiful woman feet.
Uh-huh. Okay, now picture them on a second-grade schoolgirl.
Wow. Guess you didn't have any trouble walking around in mommy's shoes, huh?
No, I did. They were too small. Dave, I had huge honking feet. I look like an L. I mean, even now, even after I finally grew into my feet, you know, and they're perfectly normal, to this day, I still have trouble going to a Japanese restaurant. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a kid, you could go water skiing without renting equipment.
Look, just because Doug acts like he's still in high school doesn't mean that you have to. You're smarter than that.
I'm smart with numbers, Nora. I'm not smart with bullies.
Well, fine. Then treat Doug like a number and subtract him from the equation.
You mean assign values to the variables involved and solve for the optimized net worth as a function of increasing time?
Exactly.
Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for Lame Fontaine.
We have a Dave Fontaine. Where's Lane?
Douglas!
Okay, Fontaine, what was so important you had to pull me out of work?
I thought about what you said the other day, and I want to paint you 2 pictures. One with me in Christie's life and one out of it. What do you say?
I already told you to stay away from her.
Maybe I will, but let's leave it to you. Have a seat.
I don't want to sit.
Good. Doug, what would you say if I told you you could live to the ripe old age of 100?
I'd say, great.
Well, it ain't gonna happen. According to our good friends at Northwestern Mutual, you can be expected to live to... Doug, any guesses?
100?
Okay, this is gonna take a little longer than I thought. 73, Doug. And you drink and smoke, too, don't you?
I got it under control.
Remember how good 73 sounded?
Yeah?
Well, you can kiss that pipe dream goodbye, mister. Based on my calculations, you can expect to live at best to 62.
My old man died of a heart attack at 63.
History of heart disease, woo, 58.
Oh, man.
Hey, but wait, Doug, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. No, sir. Hey, what would you say if I told you you could make $1 million a year tax-free?
I'd say great.
Yeah, who wouldn't? And what would you say if I told you you could make that same tax-free million working only 3 days a week?
I'd say sign me right up.
Well, let's go. You're gonna be rich. Let's dance. You're rich. You're loaded. You're fully locomoted. You're rich. You're... Doug, you dancing fool. What the hell are you doing? There's no way you're gonna make a tax-free million working only 3 days a week. So let's talk turkey. You work at a lamp store, Doug. You make good money, but it's not good enough. What with food, rent, taxes, a little thing called alimony. Based on my calculations, you'll be destitute a good 10 years before you're scheduled to die.
Wait a minute. You're telling me all this bad stuff is happening to me? And you're sleeping with my wife?
No, no, no. That's if I'm not sleeping with her. It gets better if I do. You see? Doug, I like Christy, and who knows, we might end up getting married. And that, my friend, will save you from paying alimony.
What's the catch?
I want you to leave me alone. I want you to leave Christy alone. And is there some guy that you work with that's small, maybe wears glasses, a little bit more awkward than the other salesmen?
You mean lame Zuckerman?
Lame Zuckerman. I want you to leave him alone, too.
Okay. I think I need to take a walk.
Make it a run, and I'll tack another year onto your life.
Explanation. Oh, Charo. All the article says is Charo goes coochie-coochie for Norman Fell. Come on, what's the problem?
And I'm telling you that coochie-coochie is a registered trademark of the Charo Corporation.
But look, it's just a piece of fluff. It's just some fun for our readers. I mean, we don't even say what coochie-coochie means.
Ha! That's right. Because I'm the one who said what coochie-coochie means. Esto es una mentira. Esto es una difamación. Esto es una invasión. Y no pongas esa cara de mosquita muerta porque te conozco, Mosco. This article suck. You will be hearing from my lawyers.
Fine, you'll be hearing from ours.
Good, fine. Because you know what the jury's like? This. Coochie, 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 coochie. Ah! I'll see you in court.
Suji, do you have a picture of Charo with no makeup on?
Somewhere.
Well, find it and blow it up until her pores are as big as manhole covers. It's next week's front page.
Knock, knock.
What are you doing here, Harris?
I thought we should talk.
Not right now. I was just about to go to bed, and...
That's odd. Usually you don't go to bed until after you've done your sit-ups and checked your email. By the way, you've got mail.
All right, just...
But there's no easy way to say this, so I'm just going to come right out and say it.
Harris, we little brains haven't quite mastered the telepathy thing. Okay, I'm giving you to the count of 3. 1.
I'm sorry.
How sorry? 2.
Extremely.
You can do better than that. 2.5.
I bear as much responsibility for that story as you do.
Finally. Well, that wasn't so hard, was it?
It was excruciating.
Why? Why is it so hard for you to admit that you were wrong?
Because I've never been...
Wrong. Of course you've been wrong, Harris. Everybody's been wrong.
I haven't. At least not professionally. Or at school. Or at the theater when they show those little quizzes before the movie.
Big deal. Those are easy.
I'm talking about the Japanese films Little Tokyo.
So you've never, ever been wrong? Well, that kind of pressure must really have an effect on you.
You have no idea. I'm only 12 years old.
You're kidding, right?
Yes. Well, I better be going. I have an early morning. I'm having your day of beauty.
As if you need it. Well, thanks for apologizing.
I was wrong not to say it sooner. Oh, God. That means I've been wrong twice.
Trust me, it gets a lot easier. Say, Harris, you didn't park out on the street, did you? It's permit parking only after 9 p.m.
3 mistakes in 1 week. That practically makes me a regular Joe.